I blew a .07, so I can't get found guilty of DWI. Well, that's not true. That's not true for a couple of different reasons. Number one, in Arkansas, .04 and below, there's a presumption that you're not intoxicated. .05 to .07, there's no presumption, which means if the officer can articulate it appropriately, then you might be able to be found guilty. Now, that ought to be a really hard burden, because we would be able to argue that .08. But we talk all the time about there being a variance in the machine, there being a variance in the human body, and that these machines are just good tools, which means that maybe you were over the legal limit. And that's something that the court's going to be considering. That's something the prosecutor is certainly going to be arguing. Now, at that .08, that is where there's an inference that you're impaired by alcohol. So all of that will come into play in a .07 case, and it ought to be a really difficult burden for the state to meet, but it can be made. So don't think just because you blew a .07, you're okay. Now, the state's going to argue that, your blood alcohol was coming down because it's been an hour since the stop. If there was some evidence of recent consumption, the defense would argue that you're on your way up. So there's a lot of things that come into this other than just that number. Just something to think about.